wasn't nothing. The coffee was good this morning, that was real, and someone laughed at something I said around noon. I'm choosing to count those alongside the misses, because they happened on the same day. Tomorrow can have its own problems, tonight is already wrapping up. I did what I could with what I had, and that honestly is enough. Soft landing, end of the day. Didn't go perfect, but it went. Soft landing, that's all I need. Ground beneath my feet, and a breath. Soft landing, yeah, I'll take it. You admire has had a day exactly like this one, and walked it home and slept on it and woke up the next morning anyway. That's not a small thing, that's the whole thing. Soft landing, end of a day. Didn't go perfect, I'm still here. Soft landing, that's everything. Ground beneath my feet, breath in my chest. Soft landing, I made it. I've been working since before the light came up, moving, but the view outside won't change. Everybody else seems to be somewhere new, and I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong. I checked the map and I'm exactly where I started. All this motion adding up to something like a spin. Maybe effort isn't always the same thing as distance, or maybe I've been measuring the wrong thing. I don't need to have arrived yet. I don't need the proof of somewhere new, but I need to know this counts for something. Tell me this counts, tell me it's true. Same spot, but I'm not the same. Been here before, but the ground feels different. Same spot, but I went somewhere, just not the somewhere you could see from the outside. Same spot, and I'm still going. Comparison is a math I've never been good at. Someone else's finish line drawn over my route. I keep losing because I keep playing their game, and my game has completely different rules. What if the stillness wasn't stalling? What if it was the deepest kind of work, the kind that happens underneath the surface, too slow to see but real enough to hold? I've been measuring in miles when I should use roots. A tree that doesn't move grows deeper down, and I've been standing in the same place long enough to be something that can't be easily moved now. Same spot, but I'm not the same. Been here before, but the ground feels different. Same spot, but I went somewhere, just not the somewhere you could see from the outside. Same spot, and I'm still sketch and outline, nothing more, just enough to know I'm there and keep on moving. There's an art to it, the not quite looking, the glance that lands just left of your own eyes. I practiced it so long, it feels like nothing. That's probably the part I should examine. What am I protecting myself from? It's just a face, it's just a face. But the face knows everything I've been avoiding, and I'm not ready, I'm not ready. Go mirror work, I'm doing the mirror work, looking at the one I kept looking away from. It's harder than I thought, it's not as bad as I thought, both things at once. Mirror work, mirror work. I think I was afraid of the specifics, the tight lines, the tension I carry in my jaw, the face that shows what I've been trying to hide, even from myself, especially from myself. But there's something else that's also in the mirror that I only catch when I stop running past, something that looks like it has been waiting, patient, patient for exactly this. I don't need to love what I see immediately, I just need to let it be seen. That's the whole assignment, just be seen. I can do that, I can go mirror work, I'm doing the mirror work, looking at the one I kept looking away from. It's harder than I thought, it's not as bad as I thought, both things at once. Mirror work. I won't always like the reflection, some days it'll still be hard to hold the gaze, but looking away was never actually easier, it just moved the weight into different places, and I've run out of places left to put it. Mirror work, I'm still doing the mirror work, not because it's easy, because I'm worth it. Harder than I thought, more mine than I thought, both things always mirror work, mirror work, mirror work. I went back to the street I used to know, every corner of, same address, different everything underneath. The neon sign is gone, I knew it would be, but the light it left is still exactly where I put it. Memory is not a perfect record, I know that. I've added light to places that were ordinary, but the feeling was real, even if the colors weren't real, is what I'm keeping, just the real. The city changed around the memory, not the other way the memory held. I was looking for the place but found the feeling, and the feeling is still here. Neon memory, brighter than the real thing, living in the part that never faded. Neon memory, I don't need the street back, I've got the light it left inside me. That's enough, that's more than enough. I used to think nostalgia was a kind of weakness, living in the past because the present hurts. But standing here, I think I had it backwards. The past is fuel, you just have to use it right. Everything I loved about that version of the city taught me what I'm looking for in every room I enter. The neon told me what warmth looks like in the dark, and I've been finding it ever since. I still am. The city changed around the memory, but I'm the one who kept the light. I carried it to every place that followed, and it shines, it still shines. Neon memory, brighter than the real thing, living in the part that never faded. Neon memory, I don't need the street back, I got the light it left inside me. That's enough, that's more than enough. The things that shaped you don't have to still exist to keep on doing what they did. The neon's gone, but I'm still lit by it, and that is how the past is supposed to work, not a place to live, a light to carry. Neon memory, I know what 5. Stepping when the beat says stop, stop when it says go. I've been told to fix it since I was young enough to try it, but something in the extra beat refuses to let go. I rehearsed the timing till I almost had it right. Smiled a beat too late, left a beat too soon. Spent so long adjusting I forgot the original, and now I'm out of sync with my own tune. Maybe I was never built for their tempo. Maybe that was never my flaw to fix, because the music I'm making 7 hits different, and it hits out of sync. And I'm done apologizing. Out of sync, but the rhythm's still mine. Call it broken, call it different. I call it finally on time. Finally on time. The ones I love best all have an extra beat. The pause before they speak, the pause after they think. The world says that's a glitch, I think it's information telling you exactly where they're at the edge. I started counting 7 just to feel it clearly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And something in me finally stopped racing, like maybe this is just how I was done. I spent years trying to fit inside their measure, counting myself wrong to match the room, but I move better in this tempo, so I'm keeping it out of sync. And I'm done apologizing. Out of sync, but the rhythm's still mine. Call it broken, call it different. I call it finally on time. What if the beat I've been fighting was the most honest thing about me all along? Not a mistake in the pattern, but the signature, the proof that I belong. To a song only I can count correctly. Out of sync with everything that told me to shrink myself until I fit. Out of sync and finally breathing. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. I used to make myself smaller in every room, dim the thing about me that takes up space. I thought that's what you do to be liked. Turns out that's just how you get erased. Something changed, I couldn't tell you when exactly, but I stopped apologizing for the light, and the room responded differently, like it had been waiting for the full wattage. I'm not hiding anymore, I'm not turning down the frequency. If you can feel it, that's the point. I'm sending out a signal, receive signal. I'm putting out a signal. This is what I am, full volume. Signal, you can feel the signal. I'm not asking for permission anymore. Signal, I just signal. There will be people who can't read the frequency, who find it loud, who find it too much, and that's information, not an instruction. I'm not adjusting the dial for that. The ones who are meant to pick it up, they will. They're already looking for this exact thing, and every time I shrink, I make them search longer. So this is also for them. Here I am. I'm not hiding anymore. I'm not turning down the frequency. If it finds you, that's the point. I'm sending out a signal. Receive signal. I'm putting out a signal. This is what I am, full volume. Signal, you can feel the signal. I'm not asking for permission anymore. Signal, just signal. There's a version of me that stayed quiet her whole life, convinced that taking up space was selfish. I understand her, I was hurt, but a light that doesn't shine doesn't help anyone. So this is me shining. Signal, louder than before. This is what I am, full frequency. Signal, can you feel the signal? I spent too long with the volume down. gestures have a way of fading, but something about a Tuesday ordinary. You showed up, and that was all. And somehow, that was everything I needed. I don't know if you know what that cost you, time and effort and all the other things you had, but I know what it gave me, and I've been carrying ever since. You showed up, that's the whole story. No explanation, no conditions. You showed up and the room got warmer, and I've never taken that for granted. Not once, not ever. I've been thinking about the ones who stayed quiet, not because they had nothing, but because they listened. They knew already that presence is its own kind of language, and you were fluent in it always. The kind of person who remembers the small things, the date, the name, the thing I mentioned once, and somehow kept it all this time. I wanna be that for someone the way you were for me, to show up without needing it to be noticed. Because now I know how much it matters. Because you showed me first. You showed up, that's the whole story. No explanation, no conditions. You showed up and the room got warmer, and I've never taken that for granted. Not once, not ever. I think the people who show up quietly are the ones who change things without announcing it. They don't leave a mark you can point to, but the shape of the room is different because they were there. And you are one of those people. You have always been one of those people. You showed up, I still feel it. All those ordinary days you chose me. You showed up and I'm better for it, not in a way I can measure, just in every way. If I could send one letter back through everything, I wouldn't say it gets easier. It changes, and change is harder in the middle than the end. So brace for that, I'm not going to lie to you. The thing you're most ashamed of in this season becomes the thing that makes you specific later. I know that doesn't help right now. It will, just keep it. Don't erase the part that hurts. You're going to meet people who see you clearly, and it will terrify you later. The fear of being known is just the cost of finally being somewhere real. I would have told you, stop apologizing for taking up the space you were given. I would have told you, not all of it was yours. Some of that weight belonged to someone else. You were never meant to carry it. The friendships that will end, they were still real. You don't have to revise them into something lesser. They were what they were for exactly as long as they were, and that's a complete thing, not a failed one. The decision you keep second guessing, it was fine. Not perfect, nothing is, but it was fine. You made it with what you had at the time you had it, and that is all a decision ever is. You're gonna wanna skip the in-between parts, the long, uncomfortable, and glamorous middle, but that's where everything actually happens. Don't look away from it, that's where you're made. I would have told you, stop apologizing for taking up
make sure you heard. You already are the person you're trying to become. Not yet fully, not without the years between us. But the direction was always right. You were always heading here. And here is worth it. I would have told you, you were worth the trouble. Every complicated inch of you. I would have told you, I already knew. Even then, I already knew. And now I have the proof.
My head has got a habit of running off somewhere. 3 conversations deep before I've had the first. Tomorrow's getting planned while today is happening, and I miss the part that's actually here. But something in this moment got my full attention. The light, the sound, the air doing what it does. And I thought, this is the room, this is the room. Right now is the thing, not what was or what comes. Every time I left the moment early, I was looking for a better wonderland. But the better one was always this one, and I keep arriving late to my own life. This room, I'm in this room, not the last one, not the next one. This room, right here, right now, this is the only one that's open. This room, let me stay. I know someone who lives entirely in the future. Every present moment just a step towards something else. And I know someone who never left the past. Both of them are somewhere I've also been. But I'm getting better at the in-between. The Tuesday afternoon, the ordinary hour, the exact temperature of the room right now, the way this beat lands, yeah, just like that. I don't need a reason to be present. The reason is the room and I'm already in it. I don't need a destination for right now. Right now is the destination, let's go. This room, I'm in this room, not the last one, not the next one. This room, right here, right now, this is the only one that's open. This room, let me stay. There's a version of right now that I wanna come back to later, and I'm standing in it, breathing in it, and I almost missed it, looking for the next. Not anymore, not anymore. This room, I choose this room, every single ordinary version. I'm here, and here is where the whole thing happens. This room always was. Rush, feel it. Rush, feel it. Rush, feel it now. Woo! Rush, feel it. Rush, feel it. Rush, feel it now. There's a moment right before the feeling peaks, where everything is loud inside but quiet on the face. I've been chasing that specific second, the one that feels like standing at the edge of something real. I know it doesn't last, I've always known, but knowing doesn't make me want it less. Give me the peak, give me the rush, I'll take the drop, just give me this. Rush. This is what life feels like. Rush. At the top before the fall. Give me the rush, give me the real
it down for a second. Every high has an address and a method. Mine's the moment right before the answer. The question open, the outcome's still a dancer. Not the landing, it's the air. Not the having, it's the almost there. So I stay at the edge on purpose. Yeah, I know what I'm doing, I'm aware. But there's a softer version of this feeling, one that doesn't burn as fast or bright. The slow accumulation of a morning that turns into a day you don't forget. I want the sudden and the slow, the lightning and the long way home. Give me the peak and then the quiet after. I'll take it all, I'll take the whole range. This is what life feels like. At the top before the fall. Give me the rush, give me the real thing. I want it all. Every single kind. They said I was difficult, like that explained it. Like the word was a conclusion and they were done. I used to sit with it, turn it around, try to find the way I was the problem. But difficult for who? That's the real question. Difficult compared to someone who never pushes back, to someone who agrees before you finish talking. Yeah, I can see how I look hard next to that. I have opinions, that's not a flaw. I take a space, that's not a flaw. I know what I want and I say it out loud. And if that's difficult, then I'm difficult. Difficult, yes, I'm difficult. Not for me, just for the ones who want it less. Difficult, call it difficult. I call it knowing what I'm worth. And that's not gonna change. And that's not gonna change. The things they couldn't handle about me turned out to be exactly what I needed. The voice that said too much, the one that wouldn't shrink, the one that kept me in the room when I wanted out. Every person who called me difficult wanted something I was never built to give. Easy compliance, easy silence, easy exit. None of those were in my design. I have a standard, that's not a flaw. I have a limit, that's not a flaw. I know where I end and where you begin. And if that's difficult, watch me be difficult. Difficult, yes, I'm difficult. Not for me, just for the ones who want it less. Difficult, call it difficult. I call it knowing what I'm worth. And that's not gonna change. And that's not gonna change. You know what's actually difficult? Spending years trying to be easy for people who weren't worth it. Here's what I know now. The people who call me difficult were describing their own discomfort, not my character. I was never the problem, I was the mirror. Difficult, I am difficult for anyone who needs me small to feel tall. Difficult, proudly difficult, and the right ones never call me that at all. Not once, not ever, not at all. I've been trying to become a different version. Been chasing her for longer than I'll say. She's somewhere up ahead and I'm behind her. Closing in, but never quite the same.
expected every week, as if becoming someone was a project with the deadline and a metric and a peak. I keep looking for the moment it switched over, some clear before and after I could name, but the person I've been waiting to become doesn't announce herself. That's not her game. When does it happen? When does it land? When do I finally hold it in my hands? I've been so close, I've been so close. Or maybe close is all I'll ever know. Yeah, the same epoch, no more on ppm. 조약 단초 on ppm. Yeah, wait, I just looked in the mirror differently, and the person I've been chasing, that's just me. Not someday, not still coming, she arrived somewhere between the trying I couldn't see. All the time I was so focused on the distance, I forgot to check where I was standing. Turns out I walked right into who I wanted and just kept going, didn't understand. There was no one else, man, no reveal. It happened in the middle of just living. I changed without permission, without ceremony, and now I get to keep it. Now I know it already happened, it already landed. I've been holding it this whole time in my hands. I already changed, I already changed. Oh, I just needed to catch up to where I am. The version I was looking for so hard was doing Bella again, that's the whole thing. The searching was the proof of the arrival. The wanting to change was already the change. It already happened, it already landed. Stop waiting for a version that is you. I already changed, I was always changing, and every step I took was already true. Already, 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 The coffee's cold, I didn't notice when the window fucking clean and fucked again. Your jacket on the back of my chair smells like somewhere I've never been. I know the date this ends, I wrote it down. I know a street I'll take when leaving town, but the afternoon light across the floor right now is the kind you can't photograph somehow. I'm not saving this, I'm just here. The end was always written, but today is clear. but before you walked in, the ceiling was lower. The fluorescent light had a flicker and a hum. I had memorized a scratch on the third chair, and the way the afternoon avoided the front room. Then you put your bag down in the wrong spot, and somehow that turned out to be the right one. The flicker stopped, or maybe I stopped tracking it. Either way, the room just felt less wrong. You don't do anything extraordinary, you just show up, and the every ranges. I can explain it in any ordinary language, so I won't. You talk to people like you have the time, even when it's clear you don't. You mispronounce one word, but conversation always different. I think you do it on purpose. I started sitting closer to the window, not because the light is better from this angle, because from here I can tell when you've arrived by the sound your chair makes when you pull it. I've been taking inventory of things that haven't changed and commute, same order, same reliably out of range, background static, the kind you stop hearing after a while. Until the day you spoke and the room rearranged its file. I didn't fall, I tilted slightly, recalibrated quietly. It wasn't cinematic, wasn't fire, just the ceiling lifting higher. I keep thinking I should say something, but the something I want to say would change the specific weight of this room, and I like this room's weight. So for now, Tuesday, 9 a.m., you on your wrong right chair. The light finally reaching the front window, and me just aware. You don't do anything extraordinary, you just show up, and the air rearranges. I can't explain it in any ordinary language, so I won't. The ceiling is definitely higher, and the scratch on the third chair seems smaller, and the afternoon comes through the front now. I think it started when you found the window. You changed the geometry of the ordinary, the temperature of a room. I thought I knew. I'm not going to make a story out of this, I'm just going to keep showing up too. Every signal I received came pre-labeled, pre-believed. I wore the wire and I could give a name. Didn't know the source of the flame. The diagram was someone else's hand, traced over mine until I couldn't stand to tell the difference in the dark between their blueprint and my spark. Rewire, cut the old line. Rewire, trace what's mine. Rewire, not a breakdown. Rewire, redesign. I capped the frequency that carried weight, dropped the noise I couldn't calibrate. There's no manual for what I became, just a signal learning its own name. The current doesn't ask permission now, it moves the way it learned to somehow. Not claim but mine, not claim but real. The circuit knows exactly what to feel. I'm not debugging, I'm demolishing the frame. Not a glitch in the system, I'm done playing the game. Every override they wrote, I found and named it. Cut the source and built it back the way I claimed it. Labeled broken when I didn't fit their spec. Check the why they handed me total wreck, so I stripped it to the base. Started over in the silence of that space. Here's the thing about a signal that was wrong. It was never broken, it was just too strong for the channel it was pushed through. Here's the thing about the noise I carry now. It's not static, it's the sound of knowing how to be exactly who I'm moving toward. precision. Every note I place deliberate, every path I chose legitimate. I am not the flaw in someone's circuit. I am not the noise beneath the surface. I'm the signal clean and uncorrected. I'm the current whole and reconnected. I got so good at making myself smaller. Didn't even notice how much space I lost. Moved to the back of every room I walked in and called it being humble, called it smart. There's a difference though between being humble and shrinking just to make the air feel safe. I had the two confused for long enough that disappearance started feeling like grace. But something in me kept on pushing outward, kept on reaching past the edge I'd set. And every time I tried to push it back down, it came back louder. It kept coming back. Break cover, I'm done hiding. Full speed into everything I used to avoid. Break cover, see me clearly. I'm not the background anymore. I'm the whole picture. I'm the whole picture. Okay, real talk. I practice being invisible, art form, mastered it. Could teach a class, enter a room and leave no trace behind me. Make sure nobody noticed first or last. And it worked, which was the problem? Got so good I disappeared from my own story. So this is me, reclaiming every scene. No more understudy, I want the whole stage. The people who told me to tone it down were protecting something I was threatening. I just didn't have a language for it yet. I do now, and it changes everything. Turns out being seen is not the danger. Hiding was the thing that cost me more. Every year I spend in someone else's shadow is a year I don't get back. I'm done. So I'm taking up the space that's been here waiting. The room I kept on walking to the back of. And I'm standing at the front now, eyes open. This is what breaking cover feels like. Go! Break cover, I'm done hiding. Full speed into everything I used to avoid. Break cover, see me clearly. I'm not the background anymore. I'm the whole picture. I'm the whole picture. From up here, it all looks different. All the rooms I spent years avoiding, they look smaller than the space I made them. And I look bigger than I thought I was. Turns out that was always true. Break cover, I'm done hiding. Full speed into everything I used to avoid. Break cover, see me clearly. I'm not the background anymore. I'm the whole picture. Every person who said take it down a notch was talking to the version I retired. She was good at what she did, but she was shrinking. And I needed more than that to feel alive. Break cover. Full speed. I'm the whole picture. I was always the whole picture. No apology. Hey, no apology. No apology. I counted once how many times I said I'm sorry in a single week before I learned to stop. For taking up a seat, for having an opinion, for existing in a room without permission. I wore it like a habit, wore it like a reflex. Sorry before I even knew what for. Turns out if you say it long enough for nothing, you forget what sorry's actually for. I'm keeping it for when I actually mean it, for the real things, not the space I take. And everything else, every reflex. Sorry, I'm trading in stars today. No apology for being here, for the volume and the space I need. No apology, not anymore. I only use it when I mean it, and I don't mean it. longer to unlearn than it did to lay. So I practice now, I catch it in my throat. Every sorry that I almost let escape. And I ask, do I mean this? Is this real or is this just the old thing doing what it does? Because I owe myself a clean word and an apology, ain't it enough? Funny thing, when I stopped apologizing, the ones who needed it the most got loudest, and the ones who actually mattered stayed exactly. So that answer that didn't need a wonder. Now I say it when I've actually done something. When someone's hurting, I'm the reason why, and it means something now. It is way now, because I don't give it away for free. The word is not a weapon I should hand out to anyone who needs me smaller. It's for the moments that deserve it, and right now, none of this is one of those. No apology for being here, for the volume and the space I need. No apology, not anymore. I only use it when I need it, and I don't need it now. And I don't need it now. I'm saving it for something real, for the day I actually get it wrong, for someone who deserves to hear it clearly, not handed out to fill the silence. That word means something now, because I've made it mean something. No apology for being here, for the volume and the space I need. No apology, not anymore. I only use it when I need it, and I don't mean it now.
Watch what happens when you stop saying sorry for existing. The room rearranges itself around you. The right people stepping closer, and the ones who needed you small fall back.
No apology, no apology, not for this, not for any of this. I'm here, I belong here, I'm done. Ignite, ignite, ignite. Ignite. Ignite, ignite. Standing at the edge of something I can take back. Heart is loud enough to drown the second thoughts. I've been here before but never felt it this clearly. This time it's different, this time it locks. Every second I wait, the door gets smaller. Every reason I stay gets louder, emptier. I know what I want, I've always known. So what am I waiting for? Go. Ignite, this is the moment. No more holding it back, no more waiting for perfect. Ignite, feel it catching. Once it starts, there's no stopping this thing. Ignite right now.
Let me break this down real quick. Been sitting on the spark for way too long. Every perfect moment that I waited for turned into a reason to stay wrong. So I'm done with the map, done with the maybe. Moving on instinct now, no more delay. The fire's already here, just needed someone to say go.
The version of me that was scared is still here. She's just not the one with the final word. I hear her and I walk through it anyway. That's not courage, that's just
Choosing forward.
the longer I stand here, the more I lose. Not to failure, but to never having tried. And the version I wanna be is already moving. I'm just catching up. Let's go. Ignite, this is the moment. No more holding it back, no more waiting for perfect. Ignite, feel it catching. Once it starts, there's no stopping this thing. Ignite right now.
This is the part where I stop explaining, stop rehearsing what I'm gonna say. The only thing left between here and there is the one step I haven't taken yet. 7 counts in and the floor shifts under me. That's not falling, that's the lift, like the match.
Now the whole room is different, same place, different air. Something crossed over and I was the one who put it there.
No going back, wouldn't go back, 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 back. It feels like when you actually go, not the version in your head, the real one. Louder than you thought, faster than you planned, and so much better than the way it is. Ignite, ignite, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop.
This is exactly where I'm supposed to be.